Hello everyone and welcome back to another reading vlog. So it is the middle of the week, it's Wednesday, and I decided to start my reading vlog because I went to the library yesterday and I picked up a couple of books. So a story, like a little backstory behind that. New York libraries have been closed for most branches, and then the other branches you can borrow books from via pickup, you know, the system where you just go online, put in a request, pick it up. Pretty sure a lot of people have the same system like worldwide. My local branch has been shut down for construction, and now it has opened back up due to the public's request. So although it was no longer under construction, the government decided to keep it closed. However, it's now open again due to the local neighborhood, like our request. So I'm so happy about that because this is literally the library of my childhood, all of my love for reading, and I have read over 2,000 or more books from this library. Like it has formed my taste and what I'm into, and I'm just happy to be back in there again. Like the memories flooded in and I was just vibing. Of course, there isn't as much books on the shelves as I expected because they just did construction, so they probably haven't had any books like, you know, flowing in and out. So there wasn't a lot of options, but I did pick a couple of graphic novels and comics because I already have a lengthy TBR, but I still want to read more this month, as I said in my TBR video. So I decided to just get a few editions to read before this month is over. First things first, I got, if you know what Marvel Runaways is, like the TV show, I have been dying to read the comics. I am such a fan of that TV show. It's on Hulu as far as I remember. And basically, I saw this in the library and I had to get it. This one is Find Your Way Home. I don't think it's a particular volume because I don't see like volume so and so. So I guess this is probably like a special edition maybe. I don't know. So I'm excited to get into it. Honestly, if you don't know what Marvel Runaways is, it's a group of teenagers who have an evil that they have to fight, and their evil is in their own homes. They navigate this, they go through so much together. There is LGBTQIA representation, there's a dinosaur, there is a coming of age moment for one of the characters. I think there is even like a pronoun change for another. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that go on with the Runaways, but I do suggest watching the show if you want to get a more vivid like depiction of the characters, because although the comics give that amazing detail, I feel like so does the show. So if you want to get like even more like of a vivid depiction of the characters, I think the show does a pretty good job of bringing the characters to life. But yeah, this is my first time reading the comics, so I can't really like speak on that, but honestly I've seen a few panels from the comic on the Instagram of Marvel Runaways, and let me just say it's pretty spot on. I think they did the casting very well, and I love. And then the second graphic novel that I got was Black Cloud Volume 2, and I did not know this was the second volume until I got home. So I am planning to purchase the first volume on Kindle and read that and then read this. Honestly, I looked at the art on the inside and I immediately was just like, yep, I need it in my life. I'm a huge lover of like looking on the inside and deciding whether I want to read it or not. I definitely still read the back to decide whether I wanted to pick it up, because you never know what could be a trigger for you inside of a book. So even a graphic novel, even a comic, even a manga. So I just had to double check, but I'm definitely interested in this. I have no entire clue what this is about, but I know this is post disaster, post war, and somebody has to rise up, somebody has to save them, and that is what's going on in this graphic novel. Then I picked up another graphic novel, which is Come Again, and this is by Nate Powell, and another instance where I saw the art inside and I was just like, I have to like literally read this. Insane, absolutely insane. And yeah, I don't know, for some reason it gave Junji Ito vibes, and I was just like, okay, yep, gotta read it. Yeah, I don't know why I was pulled to this, but I was, and I don't really know much about it, which is how I want to go in to a lot of things. And I think it would be best to be very vague with this one and allow myself to just experience it all together, not knowing what's going on. However, I did like skim the reviews on the back, and I don't think this would be in any way or any form triggering to me, so I'm going to read it. And I'm gonna go in vague, and I'm just going to experience it and get a grasp of it as I go along. And then after I picked up that one, I picked up Heartstopper Volume 3. And if you have been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I have started my Heartstopper journey a long time ago. And last month I even continued it. And this month I decided to keep with that vibe, and once I saw this, I grabbed it immediately. I didn't see the other 3 volumes, 1, 2, or 4. I don't know if it's just because the library doesn't have it, or if somebody also is just like, oh, yep, because if they did, they have taste, honestly. But yeah, I needed to read it physically. I wanted to get the experience that a lot of other booktubers have, and honestly, I don't regret quickly grabbing this for the physical copy. I honestly could have kept with the Kindle like editions, but there's just something different about reading it physically. Honestly, I cried my eyes out again. Like, Alice Osman has no business making me cry happy and sad tears every time I read a volume. So yeah, honestly, such a vibe. Like, we're talking about mental health, coming to terms with sexuality, oh my gosh, coming out, bullying, self-harm. There are so many important things being discussed. Although I wish the self-harm element was discussed further, however, I did hear in volume 4 that is further addressed. But the mental health, that was very much discussed. There is a brief mention of alcohol in here, so I know that can be triggering for a lot of people. So yeah, it's a couple pages of it because of a situation that they were in. So yeah, it's just very, I don't know, it's just very nice to see them grow into each other and grow together. Like, it's very gorgeous to see that. Like, Charlie and Nick are literally like, just, I love them. I love them so much. Like, stunning, gorgeous. I also got Josie and the Pussycats volume 1, but my sister's reading that right now, so I'm going to wait until she's done. I wish I could like show you guys the what the volume looks like, but it's so gorgeous. I've been a fan of Josie and the Pussycats since I could like read, write, see, have taste. Honestly, I used to watch like on Boomerang, like their little, like, you know, when they would come on and just sing and then leave. I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but that was literally the best experience of my life. Honestly, Josie and the Pussycats has shaped my perspective in life on how to be the baddest, the flyest person I could ever be. Honestly, I think that's also one of the places where my love for animal print has come from. But yeah, that is all of the books that I got from the library. And then moving on, so yesterday I started The Ones We Are Meant to Find by Joanne He. I noticed that I have been saying The Ones We Were Meant to Find. That's my mistake. It is The Ones We Are Meant to Find. So yeah, I don't know how I read that wrong, but here we are. I am what? On page 15. I can't read in public for the most part. It depends on the environment, and a lot of old people were staring at me and it was getting very uncomfortable. I'm not a person for attention. I prefer to be in my own little safe nook of just like vibing unnoticed. I would rather just not have that attention, and there was just too many eyes on me yesterday that I couldn't fully enjoy my book. But yeah, I can already tell there's a heavy sci-fi element. We have robots already, and there's also the heavy, I guess you can say there is already mentions of mental health and just talking about loneliness and overthinking. I mean, it's not heavily discussed, but it's definitely alluded to, because if you think about the character situation, then you can easily conclude that that is the, you know, the mindset of our character. And all I can say is it's definitely interesting. I wouldn't say I dislike it or like it yet. I think I would have to get a little bit further. This is a sci-fi book, so when it comes to reading sci-fi, I think you have to at least get to the halfway point. Depending on the author, it can probably be a little bit earlier, but for the most part, the halfway point should be where things start to, you know, make more sense or come into like fruition. So yeah, that's that. And then I also started Muse of Nightmares, I think on what, Saturday night, maybe Sunday of last week, or start of this week, and I'm on page 50. I ended up starting it and then stopping in the middle of a chapter because my mom needed my help with something, and then I just never picked it up again after that. I think it's an interesting start. I wouldn't say I hate or love or I know I'm gonna dislike this yet. I think I need to get further in it and fully grasp where Laini Taylor is going with this story right now. But yeah, I don't really know where Laini Taylor is going with this. I feel like I have an idea, but I can't fully say, yeah, this is where Laini Taylor is going. Yeah, I don't think I can say that. So yeah, that is all of the books that I have started and picked up. I don't think I mentioned this, but Heartstopper Volume 3, I read this already yesterday night because I just couldn't wait. I absolutely love this graphic novel series, as I have mentioned so many times already. I need to unbox a few books. So I ordered all of these books from Book Depository a long time ago, and they just didn't come until recently because there was a mix-up with the address again, which is highly like upsetting because this time I double checked and triple checked and there still was an issue. I don't know what's going on with me and Book Depository, but honestly they are the sweetest people and I love their system. Like they hear me out every time. Well, this only happened twice because this is my second time ordering from them, and they're very attentive and they help every single time, so I really appreciate that. It's refreshing because there's a lot of places that would have been like, how is that our fault? Like, come on. So I ordered, first off, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Wow, this is tinier than I expected. I did not expect it to be this tiny. Anyway, so yeah, I got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I think a lot of people speak about this book series and it's very well hyped on BookTube, and I want to at least get to read a lot of the books that in the previous years a lot of people have loved, and this is one of them. And honestly, the reason I decided to finally get into it is because I saw the King of Elf, like how the King of Elfame came to, well, learn to hate stories. I butchered that so bad, but when Fairy Loot, I believe, had their special, and Owl Crate had their special editions of that little like combined stories book, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to pick up this series. And then Jamie's Library, she read this last month. So I was just like, oh, yep, I have to read it. So I'm interested to see what is so captivating about this book and the rest of the series. I got The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, another book that Jamie's Library is a huge advocate for. I think if she had the chance, she would promote this to her last breath. But I am definitely excited to get into it. We're talking about war, fantasy, depth. It's based in Asia. I think there's so Asian history, I should say, not just Asia, but it's also based in Asian history. And I heard it's a little dense, but that's fine. I'm not really someone to shy away from like the denseness of books. I actually enjoy it, especially since I am a person that would love to read War and Peace. But yeah, okay. And then what I'm most excited for is Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo, and these are the special editions. Oh, my first Sprayed Edges book, I believe. Yes, no, Fangs was my first Sprayed Edges, but my second. And oh, so excited. I've seen so many people get these collector's editions, and first of all, this was the one I was most hyped for because, as you guys already know, I've mentioned this so many times, I love red and black next to each other. Red and black literally look so sexy next to each other. It's like a love language. I don't know how to describe it, but I am obsessed, especially with the spine. I'm sure you guys have seen this so many times on various channels, but this is my first time holding it. Allow me to gawk at it for a little bit longer. Allow me to appreciate its beauty. And I am obsessed. Oh yes, the signature is also in here. I don't know. I'm excited to read this, but as I told you guys, this month I want to get into the first 3 books in the Grisha series, and then I can get to Six of Crows. And of course, I couldn't just leave it at Six of Crows. I also got Crooked Kingdom because look how gorgeous this is. Another combo that I heavily love. Oh no, they ruined the corner of my book. I want to fight the people that deliver stuff sometimes. It's okay though. It's not like it's gonna die as long as it came in one piece, and it did. Gold and black is another color combination that I absolutely adore. And this is stunning. Like, just what the hell? I love it. I love it. So I can't wait to get into Crooked Kingdom. This has also had a questionable review. It's like the Strange the Dreamer duology of the Grisha series. Like, literally, Six of Crows has all of the hype, all of the love, and then Crooked Kingdom is like mixed reviews. Not a lot of people like it. It's very questionable. Just like Muse of Nightmares. Like, I love black sprayed edges. It's just so gorgeous. And of course, I believe this also has her signature big purr. A map, of course. Love me some map end pages. Oh, I forgot there's character art. Oh my gosh, how could I forget there's character art? So we have Kaz and Inej and Nina and Matthias and Jasper, and then Wylan and Kiwi. I think that's how you say that. And I'm gawking. I'm such a fan of books. Why am I like this? Oh, as I said, I'm sure you guys seen this so many times, but I'm just gonna be hyped for a couple minutes here. But they're all so gorgeous, and it was worth the wait and all of the work that had to go into getting these. I absolutely adore my selections. I will go in depth about these books and all of that on my in my book haul video, because I'm going to do that soon. I'm actually filming that today. Yeah, what I plan to do today, oh, I didn't even tell you guys what this is about. So today's reading vlog is a self-care reading vlog. I have been feeling very weird. Like, I mean, I've been feeling very weird for a while, but it's starting to hit a lot more the later it gets into the year, which is typical because the more the seasons get a little more cold, the possibility of like anxiety and depression hitting more is always, like, you know, coordinated with those seasons for some reason. And sometimes like things become a little more heavy, but honestly, books are really what's like keeping me afloat. Music, everyday media like booktube, gaming channels are really like keeping me afloat. But I don't know, there's just like, there's a lot that I don't want to speak about right now, but yeah, I need a self-care moment, so this vlog is just gonna be me having a self-care moment. I plan to read Come Again and Runaways in this vlog, and then I want to get a little bit further in Muse of Nightmares. I also want to get further in the ones we are meant to find. Those are my reading plans for today, so I'll see you guys later.